You must have the will to do it. You got to have the will to do it. There's a quote from Dale Carnegie that says, "Those convinced against their will are of the same opinion still." For a principle to be true, both sides have to be true. Meaning, if I can't convince you against your will, if you have a strong will to do the right thing, then doggone it, you're going to do the right thing. And there's nothing that's going to stop you from doing it. People don't really spend enough time diving into the power of really having intention and having a strong will to accomplish something, to do something. And hey, you got to have a will to do so, right? Because remember what Dale Carnegie said, those convinced against their will are of the same opinion still. So, how about you have the will to prioritize building relationships, listening to your elders, soaking in all of that? These relationships are the things that matter. This is the currency that you cannot purchase, but it's having the will to go and prioritize those relationships that's going to make all the difference. So I came across this clip, man, and there was this guy doing an interview with an elder in Jamaica who has a farm and is growing a lot of different things. And he was just kind of talking about life. And there's so much wisdom that we can garner from our elders. Man, I encourage everyone to, if you have the opportunity to spend time with your elders. If you don't have elders around you, spend time finding interviews with elders and listening to them. There's so much wisdom in the gray hair. There's so much wisdom in the life lived. A lot of times we place an emphasis on wealth and, tangible accomplishments. But the reality is living to 70, 80, 90 years old, that's an accomplishment in itself. And that's an accomplishment that money cannot always buy. Because if money could buy becoming an elder, you wouldn't have so many wealthy people not making it to elder status. And he talked about meeting his wife and them being together and just being intentional. Like, there's so much sage wisdom that comes from our elders. And we need to make it a point to spend time with them and soak that up. Because the only time that we can get that type of wisdom is if we live it ourselves, meaning we have another few decades before we get there, or we can listen to the experiences that they've had and be about, incorporating some of that wisdom now, right?